Sweet Tea, good morning. Project DARPA, good morning. How are you guys doing? Good to see you. I am just kind of going through the internet. Not a whole lot going on other than the No Kings protest. I mean, there is a lot going on, but not really a whole lot going on Twitter right now. Other than a bunch of retards that had nothing better to do than go protest No Kings. I don't know. I don't even know, what is this whole No Kings thing even about? Like, I looked it up. There's 43 kings around the globe, 17 of which are heads of state, including King Charles III, who is not only the King of England, he's the Commonwealth of Canada, Australia, lots of Caribbean islands. And then Spain has a king, Belgium, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan. Lots of places have kings. We celebrate No Kings on July 4th, right? Yeah, there you go. Exactly, Sweet Tea. And I heard somebody say people that, are protesting this have no concept of how the our political system works, but it is what it is. There's one, and the one thing that you have to be really careful of when you're like trying to be some type of a journalist or a reporter these days is AI videos. You just never know what's what, because a lot of them can just be fake. So you have to watch out for what you believe is real these days. It's becoming a problem, a huge problem. And it's weird because a lot of people are saying that we're at the Charlie Kirk thing, that videos, well, first of all, everybody's live streams crashed except for like one person. And then a lot of people that were there were saying that the videos that they had from the assassination on their cell phones either somehow got deleted or were edited on their phone. So whether we can believe that or not, I don't know. I also believe that I have a video on my phone that was edited, but that's neither here nor there for that. But I'm just saying you got to be careful, because what made me think about that is I have a video on here of a guy who is kind of egging on the No Kings guys, and he gets tripped, and then his face starts bleeding. And I just, for whatever reason, they just want people to start fighting again, left versus right and all this kind of stuff. So you just got to be careful that a lot of these videos aren't just to instigate that kind of stuff, because I think a lot of them are. I'm just rambling. Let's see here. I was going to start with, I'll wait till Tommy or somebody gets in here. If they stop by, play some shorts from, I'll do that, do a little intermission. So let's see here. We'll just get into it. I was supposed to go out and sell yesterday. I had two events, and I've been hemming and hawing which one I was going to do. And they canceled one of them. They canceled the haunted forest yesterday because it was really windy. At least they said it was going to be windy. And that place is literally in a forest, so you got to be careful of the trees falling over. The other place is just in a really windy part of Washington, out there in Enumclaw. And they ended up having I thought they would cancel, but they ended up having the event. And I kind of feel bad that I didn't go, but I just wasn't feeling it. and I didn't really have a lot to take out there other than my lemonade, which isn't going to sell in the wind and rain. So I told her that I would bring some stuff to stock or store with today or tomorrow. I'm going to make some apples when I'm done with this show. So I made almost 100 apples last week, and I only worked Friday and Saturday, and I only have like 12 apples left. So they're going pretty quick. Patty, good morning. Good to see you. How are you? So that's what I'll be doing today. Making apples, and I ordered a bunch of I got to make Dubai bars today too. The pistachio paste is in the mail. I just ordered that Saturday. Need to check the tracking on that. So I need to make the bars today too. Apples and bars. That's what I'll be doing today. I thought the trend was over on the Dubai bars, but I got asked by a bunch of people at the Haunted Forest for those. So I need to have a bunch of those for this weekend. And I think I'm going to ask her, because I'm scheduled for Friday and Sunday. I think I'm going to ask her if I can do Saturday night too. The $800 pistachio paste. Yeah, exactly. You know, I just bought a 7-pound can this time. And when I first started, the first time I bought it, the 7-pound can, it was $92. And then I noticed it went up to like 102, 112. Now it's 128. So it went up $36. Just the 7-pound can. It's just insane. A bunch of price gougers. Co-train, good morning. Good to see you. But I'm glad to hear that they all want the bars. So hopefully, I mean, it looks like we have a little bit of rain coming next weekend, but they'll still come out. So hopefully we don't get canceled, and I can make a bunch of bars this week. I bought these cookies from this lady. I'm eating a peanut butter cookie right now. I can't find anything else to eat. I was about to cook something real quick, but then I ran out of time because my stomach's always growling during my show. All right, let's see here. We got 5 people in here. Sweet. Well, I hope everybody had a good weekend. And I mean, if any of you guys were at the No Kings protest, I mean, I'm not mad at you, but I just don't get it. I think it's kind of a waste of time. And what happens if Kamala Harris or whoever gets in office next time? We're screwed. So, anyway. Let me get to the first video. Robert De Niro. Let's just listen to him.
Trying to signal to the people they reach, and I'm certainly not reaching those people on this program, but maybe through little sound bites and this and that, and the internet and so on. They're trying to. They're used to seeing Trump do his stuff, and they talk and they listen, and that's the truth to them because they don't listen to anything else. It's somewhere way out in the Midwest, somewhere out out west, in certain places, the rural places. That's the truth. Mm-hmm. Because he gets the airtime. And I think that we need more airtime, just more push against and not. I wish that you can't do this in some ways, but that the news media could find ways to kind of ignore or tamp down nonsense from Trump. It's just total nonsense. But those people out there listen to it and assume if it can be on the air and it's out there, it's the truth.
I mean, is this guy completely retarded? I mean, holy smokes. Can you make your own pistachio paste? You can make your own pistachio paste, and I thought about doing it, but the amount, and I haven't made any for quite a while, the bars. But when I was doing it, I bought 3, so that's 105. So I probably did about 200 pounds of pistachio paste for the bars that I made. That's how much I bought. So I don't even know what that would look like. I think I would need a whole operation to do that many pistachios. And so because I did think about that in the beginning, but then I just decided it's like, shit, man, I don't have the time for that. I have other things that I got to make as well as so I just went with buying it. So, and and they're $20 a bar. And, one of the reasons why I quit making them is because I get tired of people bitching about the price. My caramel apples are $5, $6, and $7. All of my cakes are either $5 or $6. My pies are 10. Everything I sell, I try to do reasonably priced, but the bars, it just is what it is because it's, and it's not just the pistachio paste. Then you have the chocolate and the time it takes me to make the bars. I would much rather dip 12 strawberries and sell it for $20 than, it takes 10 times longer to make a bar than it does a dozen strawberries. But people really want them, so I'll do it. And the thing is too, is I have my banners that I had custom made say chocolate strawberries, caramel apples, and Dubai bars. So they see the banners, and that's what does it. If your boyfriend went to the No Kings protest, then that's your girlfriend. Yeah, 100%. That is so true, and there's a lot of them out there. Does Bobby have his platform right? And we got some trannies on X today. Screw them. They will pay $15 for a beer at a game, right, Patty? And I was talking to a vendor that sells honey at the farmers market, and we're talking about writing a book for vendors, the customers, and event coordinators on just how to act when you're at farmers markets or at events when there's vendors. Just like a how to, and the overall theme would be just how vendors, in general are, kind of like they're the heartbeat of America. If you take away all the corporations, you just have vendors. You have the vendors that make what they make, and the farmers, and it's all being taken away. But you get people that complain about the price, and so you can talk to them about how you're supporting just that, the heartbeat of America, and it's not how corporations can afford to do it for so much cheaper, because a lot of times they outsource it to other countries, and we all know the story. DEI training at the farm, yeah, 100%. I have some of that I'm done with the farmers market now. This next week is the last week, but I'm not going because I have a different event I want to do instead. But yeah, definitely it was a DEI farmers market. A lot of nice people, but it's definitely being woke and being so acceptance of. Yesterday I wanted to get a picture of it for the guys. One of the kids that works there, I'm gonna say he's probably a senior in high school. He's already just a interesting, unique looking kid as it is. He's a white kid with a huge afro, and which whatever. And he's a really nice kid. And I knew there was just a little something off about him. And then, sure enough, yesterday he's in basically. Well, they all wear these green hoodies for the Maple Valley Farmers Market, but he's in they're borderline Daisy Duke jean shorts. They're obviously cut and have the white little strings kind of hanging from them, right? And he's got black leotards on and red high tops, like red Converse high tops. And he just looks like a fucking freak. Just standing there in fucking leotards. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? I was just thinking to myself, like, fuck, man, I'm just glad it's over, you know? Saturday is such a valuable day for me. I have to just kind of, go back and look at the numbers and see what's coming up next year because they're all at the same time and see if that's the place I need to be on a Saturday. I don't know. I don't know if it is. It wasn't horrible, but I mean, I do what I do so I don't have to, I'm not out there to be an asshole and project my opinions on people, but I don't want to be forced to, because it's not okay with me. None of this shit is okay with me, as you guys know. Isn't it crazy you even have to tell people that small vendors are better than big corporations? Dumbing down America. Oh, yeah, 100%. And you just don't never know who you're talking to either, Patty, because, that farmer's market, I've had the rudest customer I've ever dealt with. This Asian lady, and which is really surprising. You don't see a lot of Asians support vendors. They support their own around here anyway, or at least around here in Washington State. And this wasn't like this lady was probably, I'm going to guess, from like either Guam or the Philippines, something like that, and horribly rude. She told me that had I, she came to my table. It was about the Dubai bar. Asked me had I tried Costco's. I said no. She said, well, she liked Costco's, and okay, whatever, and $20, and then she's like, well, how do you do yours? I told her how I do them. She's like, well, I'm going to give yours a chance. She hasn't even paid for it yet. She just stands there and she opens it up right there at my table. She's like, I'm just going to try it right now. And breaks it open, bites into it, and she goes, oh my God, I'm so disappointed. She goes, Costco's is way better. And then she goes, I'm going to go to Costco and get you one and bring it here for you to try. And you can't say nothing out of you if you want to get kicked out of the market, of course, So you have to hold your tongue. But it was just like, beyond. And then, she had me so heated at that moment, I forgot she didn't even pay for it. And then, she was like, oh, yeah, I guess I should, I guess I have to pay, or I guess I better pay for it, or I guess I'll pay for it, or I don't know what the fuck she said. But, if she would have been, where I normally set up at, just on the side of the road for Muckleshoot, I would have told her just to, you don't have to pay for it. Keep the bar, leave it on the table. Just, whatever, go back to Costco and get a bar, I don't know what I would have said, but, and then I've had somebody the very first day I was there, within like the very first minute, this is like another Asian guy. This is another Asian. It's an older guy. And he said $20 candy bar or something like that. And then just kind of like looked at me and, God forbid it be, white people and not Asians that are making all the money, I guess, what his fucking take on the situation was. I have no idea. But yeah, no, Patty, I was fucking heated. I was heated. Well, Costco is world renowned in the chocolate world. Asked with right? Exactly. I could never hold my tongue. That's why I belong on it. Oh, yeah, exactly, Co-Train. And a couple of vendors knew about it right away, because I had to tell somebody. I went up to the honey guy right next to me. I was like, I thought he heard, but he didn't hear because he was dealing with his own customer at the time. So, can you believe what this fucking bitch said to me? I mean, I was ready to go off, but I just have enough self-awareness to know, how close proximity I am, and so I just calmed down right away. I didn't want to work myself up, and I think about stuff like that though, because for me personally, it's not easy to stay in business doing this, renting a commercial kitchen and paying all your bills and all that, just strictly doing chocolate when, 5 years ago, I could not do none of this shit. Ask me to bake something 5 years ago, I'd be like, I can't. I won't, and I can't. Ask somebody else. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't know how. I don't even know why you're asking me. And now, I'll see stuff out there and I'll just try to make it myself. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. So, when I hear people complain about something, which is never, I'll take, and I always ask people, you got to at least tell me something that you would change. Don't just tell me you love it. Give me some constructive criticism, because I just started making this or, I'll say stuff like that. But when I hear somebody say something like that, you basically just flush it down the toilet. It's just she's just a horrible human being. I think we could pretty much all, come to that conclusion. It's just, the energy and, I don't want to have to deal with that kind of thing. And then your pride kicks in and it's like, okay, well, I'm a business owner and I don't have to put up with your fucking bullshit. But, that does, you do kind of, because you're at a farmer's market. It's just, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to take shit on the chin, I guess, Tommy, good morning. How are you, sir? Just about to play your videos. I was waiting for one of you guys to come in. I don't know if you'll stick around or not, but we'll see. Coach Train, I was thinking the same thing. You would be saying, move along. Yeah, exactly, Patty. 5 years. Yep. Every day for 5 years. I've been just at this nonstop. Literally, that's all I've, so it's like 1,500 days in a row. I've been in the kitchen, I think there's definitely been a few days that I haven't been in the kitchen for whatever reason. Either, a couple times I got sick or I went on vacation a couple times, like went to Arizona. But other than that, every day, I go out, sell 2-3 times a week, and I spend the rest of the days making stuff. Yes, Tommy, good morning. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't, and I didn't let that lady's comment bother me for more than 5 minutes, but yeah, I did, think about it. And she did kind of have a little impact on me not ordering any more pistachio paste, but I should already have some right now. And I did try to order some a couple weeks ago, and I thought I ordered it. And then I went to check to see when it was coming. And then I realized I didn't order it, which it was one of those moments where you're like, okay, what happened here? A glitch in the matrix, because I could have swore that I ordered it, because I ordered that and a box of white chocolate. But nope, was not ordered. So I said, screw it. I'm not going to order it right now. Well, then Friday, do you have Dubai bars? I had one Dubai bar. That sold right away, and then all night long, do you have Dubai bars? Do you have? No, I'm sorry. So, fuck. So I ordered some more. Good morning, chat crew. Patty, he's the chocolate extraordinaire. Yeah. Thank you, Coach Train. Yeah. And this is my season right now, because the summertime, it's hard to do it. And we had a really great September and even a great early October. It's just now getting cold enough to where I can order a whole bunch of chocolate and just go all out, just all chocolate, put away the generator and the snow cone and the lemonade and just go straight chocolate. And that's when I make the most money too. Those Dubai bars have something hard to do in them, is the phyllo dough. Well, yeah, the phyllo dough you bake and you mix it with the pistachio paste. For me, it's not that they're hard, it's just time consuming. It's molding the bars, and I use 3 colors. So, for the milk and the dark chocolate, I first put in my mold, my chocolate bar mold, I do green and white chocolate, and you got to let that set, which you put that in the refrigerator for a minute, and you take it out, and then you pour in your milk chocolate, and then you put that in the freezer for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, and then pop those out, and I do 6 of those at a time, and so I will probably do, I think 1 can makes like 45 bars. I don't think I'm going to do that many. I think I'll do like half the can. I'll probably make like 20, 25 bars, 25 bars, 25, 30 bars. I'll probably do 5 batches. I'll probably make 30 bars. And then I'll use the rest for, I don't know, the strawberry cups or something. Did you look into making Dubai cookies and brownies? It might use less paste. So I made a whole bunch of the brownies and I sold like 2 of them. And then I just threw away like 10 of them this morning, believe it or not, because I made them like a month ago. And they just been sitting in there. But somebody did ask me for one Saturday at the farmer's market, which is really weird. She's like, I've been following you on Facebook, waiting for the Dubai brownies. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I can bring one out for you next week, but I'm not going to be there next week. So, yeah, I don't know. Tommy loves to Dubai. Yeah, it is good. I'm not going to lie. And I'll tell you that my favorite, so the stuff that I order just like cost effective is from New York, the American Almond Company. That's where I get all mine from. But when I do the strawberry cups, I also order some off Amazon from the company in Italy, Gusto. That fucking pistachio paste is the best in my opinion, but it's too expensive for, you can get them in 2.2 pounds or 6.6 pounds. And 6.6 pounds is I think $140 or something like that. $149. It ends up coming out to like 162, something like that. So, but the other one, I'm only getting 7 pounds for 128 now. But if I was going to make a ton of them, I would buy the 35-pound bucket again for $4.88. Fudge, I've made fudge, and the thing that I've learned in this business, it's just there's a lot of things that you can make that don't sell for whatever reason. I have not been able to tap into the warm drink market. Somebody was asking me about that. Like, do you sell coffee or any type of warm drink? And I said, I've tried a couple of times. I mean, I don't have no espresso machine or nothing like that. I just never figured it out. And I would like to, because if you're going to be a vendor, especially in this state, but, in the Midwest, like I have a buddy in Kansas City, his most profitable year-round product is hot chocolate. He says he'll make more money, like, on snow cones and stuff in summertime, but year-round, when he totals it all up, hot chocolate's is most profitable. And it's like, that's impossible in Washington State. That would never, I don't care what the scenario is, that ain't going to happen. So I would love to see that with my own eyes. But apparently, wherever he's at in Kansas City, like hot chocolate you're banging it out for whatever reason. Now, I do sell a lot of hot cocoa bombs, but that's just because it's, kind of a novelty. My daughter is in culinary arts at a vocational high school, and they make them. They're really good. Interesting. And they're probably a lot better than mine. I don't have any type of culinary skills, just self-taught. And I probably could try it again. The thing is that I told, I thought about it just for like how much time I have to spend on Dubai. I'm just going to do it with the $20 thing. I tried the brownie thing. I'm not very good at making brownies. And like I said, they just didn't sell. The people would rather buy the bars just from what I got. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Probably the hardest thing to do is throw any of it away. Too bad you can't sell it for. Yeah, it's something that I have to work on. I've thrown away way too much product over the years. You guys wouldn't even want to know how many strawberries I've thrown away. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Hey, Patty. Yeah, Cheryl, good to see you. I didn't even know you were in here. Oh, that was you saying fudge. Yes. Good morning, Cheryl. I get talking about my business and then I'm not even looking. I'm just like talking while I'm in the back of my head. It's so weird. I get so focused on that stuff. I love it. Probably the hardest thing to do is study. Yeah, we said that. Tommy, do you have to pay tariffs on any of the stuff that you import? I don't know how that works. And I don't order anything. Everything that I order comes from inside the United States. I have ordered from China before, from Alibaba, where you got to get like a broker and, negotiate the price type of thing. I've done that a couple times, but I haven't done that for quite a while. I think that the tariffs are just passed off probably onto the customer in the price, which potentially could be, instead of them price gouging and taking advantage of the TikTok craze for the bars. Yeah, it's a good point. The rise in the price of the pistachio part of it could be because of the tariffs. Now that you say that. So cool, your daughter's in culinary school. She's close by so she can cook for you. Right. Tacoma General is massive. I walked 4 miles and 20. Yeah, it is a big one. That's where I was born, was Tacoma General, believe it or not, 1973. Patty, it's high school. They do 2 weeks in academics and 2 weeks in the shop. There's like 25. That's awesome. Yeah, it is a big hospital. But it's a torture hospital now. Mary Bridge, and they fly kids in there and mutilate them and stuff. It's all woke. It's just a fucking satanic death cult part of that hospital, if not all of it. But it is big. It is a compound. That's awesome. She brings stuff home every day. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna play. Why is that so small? What the hell did I do? I didn't want to do that. Okay, there we go. CG2, good morning. Good to see you. We're going to play a couple videos from Tommy Stiggs real quick. See if I can get this off of here. Start it over. So this is the Saint Gerard. What is it? The Saint Gerard 2025. And I didn't know anything about it. I looked it up. It says Saint Gerard Majella. He was born from 1726 to 1755. He died at age 29 from tuberculosis. He became a redemptionist lay brother at 23, known for deep humility, miracles, and compassion, especially for the poor. And he was canonized in 1904 by Pope Pius X. He represents hope during pregnancy, protection for families, trust in God during suffering, compassion toward the poor, and total humility and surrender to God's will. And what else I found interesting was the lay brother thing. A lay brother is fully a monk or religious, just not a priest. So they're not ordained, but they vow their life. It's a vowed religious man in the Redemptorist order who is not a priest, but serves God in the church through prayer and works of service. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. You know, I think it's important to celebrate stuff like that. Hold on, let me catch up on the chat. CG2, good morning. America first, always. Well, yeah, but still, I mean, this is American culture, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like this is not replacement migration. This is not like let's use other countries as propaganda for the United States or anything like that. Like this is a real American culture, and it's Italian American, but this is like, I mean, this is very important stuff to a lot of people over there, and that people that have worked in the United States for, I mean, the beginning of America. So every right to celebrate it. I love stained glass, beautiful church. Yeah, it is beautiful. That's the Italian anthem too. Okay. That's awesome. We do the American first and then the Italian. Sweet tea. I love stained glass too. Yeah, you know, I made some before I got into baking and stuff like that when my mom died in 2017. I kind of had it was weird. It's like she would I think she was telling me to do what I'm doing now, but I was just so fucked up that I started doing weird shit. Like I did some stained glass though, and the way that I did it was you mix Elmer's glue and black acrylic paint, and then I would print out a picture that I wanted to make a stained glass of, and then I would outline it with that mixture of the paint and the glue, and then you fill it in with different colors. You know, you could paint and just kind of make it look like a stained glass type of art that way. That I was kind of doing that. I was actually putting like I was buying rhinestones and gems and shit and putting them in on jackets, and I was really weird. I really went through this like trauma period when my mom passed away. I think so too. I love the architecture of old churches. I do as well. Yes, we do the national anthem first. This is neighborhood. This church is our heart. Yeah, no, 100%. I dig it. I dig it. Let's see what else we got. So let's move on to the next one because I know you got a couple. Here's the anthem. You know, they played that song. I freaking love those. You know, those pizza ones that they do in Neapolitan. Like, I don't know. I have to find it. They always play that when they're doing the pizzas. I would love to just be in a place that was a restaurant that was doing that. You know, like you got that type of vibe going on. You know, like a kind of like an indoor outdoor restaurant, wood fired pizzas. I don't drink wine, but I can imagine, you know, you got some Psalms, you know, a real restaurant, you got to have like at least one Psalm in there walking around selling wine. Be awesome. Is this the new Todd Father show? We got you coming up too. ALV, you're next. So we're gonna play your videos. Yeah, this is well. You don't never. You don't never do a show. Hold on a sec. If you guys want to come up and talk about the festival or anything else, there's the link. So let me get back to the next one. Let's see what else. I think we got another one we could play. How about the okay? Now we'll get to the podcast peak burnout one in a second. I don't know what he's trying to tell us on that one, but
bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye. If I die as a partisan, you must be. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye. Always the mountain under the shadow.
I don't know if that's coming off on your guys' end all weird, but it's coming off on my end all glitched out. But anyway, let's get to this one.
All right, Sunday, 10/19/2025. The podcast situation. I'm learning a couple of things, three things. 3 years.
What is this nut talking about?
3 years is almost considered a maximum for longevity for a podcast. So if you're coming in hitting it hard right from the beginning, bang, you got that podcast. You're in that genre. You make a splash.
Yeah, I don't know why it was all glitchy. ALV. That's why I stopped it. I couldn't comment on your shorts yesterday, Tommy. They were great. You taking us with you. Yeah, I can never comment on ALV's shorts either. Although that's from my phone, but I tried to do it I was about to comment on one this morning, but I didn't, but I could from my laptop. So I don't know why that is sometimes, but same.
Splash. Your name is big, possibly, or just a regular guy. You come in strong, bang, boom, right out the door. 1 year. The first year is building. You're building your brand. You're building your name. You're making it in this thing called the podcast world. YouTube show, YouTube channel, whatever it is, Apple Pod, whatever the podcast platform is that you use. So you got 1 year up. You come in heavy. You come in hard. You got name brand recognition possibly, or if not, you just have something to offer to the internet world, the YouTube world, the podcast world. So 1 year, you're building. Nice enough.
ALV, if you know what he's talking about, could you explain?
Nice. You get your following up. That could be 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 1 million, whatever it is, subscribers. Then you get a year of content. You bang it out. You're still on that high. You're running on it. Maybe weekly, maybe monthly, whatever it might be. So you're going and going, you're doing it. You max out.
I watched this thing like 3 times trying to figure out what he's talking about.
7 months, you're heavy. You're nice. Month 12, you're all right. Year three, you start to experience lack of shot.
Wait, what? Did he just say experience? What did he say? How did he say that?
Fucking awe kind of wears out on you. Now you're trying to come up with ideas. Thoughts, ideas, guests. And then 3, they say year 3 starts to burn out. It could be in your 3rd year. It could be.
Who's they? Who is they?
2 years and 6 months. Anyway, could be whatever. Year 3, some may say, wow, I wore out my welcome. My genre's dead. If I even have a genre. If you even have a genre. If you general talk, maybe a little bit different, but you really got to have something to offer if you're just a general show. But if you're in a genre, Apparently, what they say, it takes about a year to build it up. Get that boom, boom, get your subs up. 1 year of you got content that'll last you 12 months.
Okay, so if you've been doing this for 12 months, you got a boom boom and a bang bang. And after 3 years, then a little boom boom and a bang bang. You got to know about your thoughts. I'm not exactly sure what he was trying to convey there. Tommy, if you could explain, maybe in the comments with that one. Not sure. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? Anything from Tommy? Yeah, okay. Well, now let's move on to ALV. Since he's still here. He's just waking up. ALV has been... Now, ALV, does he do videos or shorts? So his videos are the ghost stories. Now, see, with Tommy, go back to Tommy for a second here. So Tommy, if you click on Tommy's shorts, you will get mostly AI videos. You get the ones that AI put together. So, oh wow, there's one with my name on there. I didn't even see that. Let's play this one. It says Osada sent us this. Oh, okay, yeah, from Paul Sereno. Okay.
Paul Sereno trained as an opera singer for 20 years before acting. He was also a dance instructor in his teens. Listen, I'm going through some facts that Osada sent us this morning. Paul Sereno trained as an opera singer for 20 years before acting. Paul Sereno.
Okay. Well, thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that. Good morning, sir. Didn't see you there.
Oh, you're there. Oh, okay. Now you see me.
How
Can
are
you
you?
hear me?
Yep.
You hear me? We're good? Okay, let me explain real quick while I'm typing away over here. Basically, I don't know, it came to my attention about a 3-year turnaround for social media content creators, whatever it is, whatever you do. Not you, not us, but whatever the typical podcaster or YouTube channel does. First year, I break it down into simple terms for you here. First year, you get your channel, you're excited, you start building, you get your growth. Maybe you get to your 1,000 people, maybe you get to your 4,000 hours or whatever it is the goals are these days. I don't even know what they did. So 1 year you build it up. Second year you do have content for about a year, strong content, whatever genre, topic, whatever it is that you're interested in. And you got a nice strong year of content, shows. It could be a daily show, a weekly show, a monthly show, a 2-month show, whatever it is. And then apparently what the research says is that the third year, people start to say, yeah, man, I'm working hard to come up with a half-hour show or an hour show or a 2-hour show. It's becoming work. I don't feel like I have that growth that I was hoping for or expected. And then the third year is called the burnout year. So it's typically you have a 3-year span of a podcast or a show. And that can make sense because think about if you had to come up with true content every day or week or month, whatever. That's got to be hard.
Oh, 100%. And, it does make a lot of sense. And I feel like that I can relate that to my own life because, there's two things to that. Number one, if all I did was chocolate strawberries, I don't know if I would still be in business because my brain could not handle that. I would not want to get up and just be forced to have to do chocolate strawberries all day, every day. I wouldn't want to do that. And, and then at the same time, just being able to be flexible, because I do get burnt out. I get burnt out to where I don't want to do strawberries or chocolate. I want to do lemonade, or I want to do pies, or you know what I mean? It's like, so I can totally, not only that, you also, I think during certain times feel the self-doubt. Do people really care what I'm talking about, or do people really like what I'm making? I think it's kind of the same thing.
Or is it just to hang out and talk? They're good with that.
Yes.
Like people look at it as okay, such and such has a show this morning or this afternoon. It's a great place for this chat crew to connect. And do they even care about the content? Like you're putting work into it. Do they even care? And that's
Yeah.
where people. And the point is, that's where people are getting. They're done. Well, burnout's a big thing, I guess, right? Just like every other thing, burnout.
100%. You know, and well, to touch on what you just said though, like if the content, you know, there's two things. Like, and I think that, you know, the AI kind of helps with that. If you're doing a live show, you know, you never know the state of the union. You know, like your audience could be in a good mood. They could all be at work. They could all be at home. You just, you know, you never know what's going on. So if there's true content, the video format, and I know you've said this many times, where like if it's something, you know, like when they have time, they will watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of times, you know, when it's a live show for you especially, yeah, you just have a lot of animals, including myself, in the chat that may not necessarily be paying attention to the content and just want to be like, I just want to get noticed. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just want you to pay attention to my comments, or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that's me, but it is kind of sometimes me. You know what I mean? Like, we all kind of do that. So, but I get
okay. Yeah,
but
okay.
I get what you're saying though,
Okay.
because if you put time into it, then you know, you want people to pay attention to it.
Right. You're talking about Italian culture, and they're talking about the Yankees. You're like, what the fuck? They're not here for this. They're not here for the Yankees. They're here for social, and it's all right. It's all right. Anyway, it came up. I don't know where that came up yesterday or Saturday about longevities of podcasts. 20 to 30-minute shows, and the average lifespan is between 2 and 3 years. They crash and burn because it becomes a job, and the money's not. And a lot of them think of money, and money's not there. These commercials, they pay fucking 20 cents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to bother these people. I used to go into a show that the guy had the commercials on every 10 seconds, every 15, 20 seconds. And then he also had the commercials on when you came out for a second and went back into his show. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Do this on the replay. If you're going to do this shit, do pre-records, because on pre-records, people don't mind commercials. But on a live show, they don't want to go out for a minute because they had to take a phone call or send a text message, come back to your show, and get another 30-second commercial. That's not fair.
No. Yeah. And, you know, I've noticed like during some live shows when you're getting the real juicy, important information, like from Candace, then all of a sudden the commercial, or even like this happened on ALVs a couple of times. He's in the juicy part of a ghost story, and then an ad plays, and you miss the good part. You have to, even if you're quick to the button, you miss, 5-10 seconds of what they were saying.
He does some of it, but you have some extreme guys, man. They're really just there to take advantage of you.
Oh, for sure.
Really, you got some real aggressive monetization guys. So that tells you that, are they really there for this content? Or are they really just there for the money and you're just a tool in the chat? Who knows? Either way, the survey says, so to speak, that in 3 years, the longevity, the average is 3 years.
Well, let me ask you this. How long have you been doing it?
Wait, say that again. I was making my shake. Say that again.
How long have you been doing it?
4 or 5 years.
So you've probably felt the burnout stage and, all the different emotions from it more than once, because it's kind of goes in the cycle. So what is your main source?
Never felt burnout. I never felt burnout. I never felt burnout once, stress once, or say, oh my God, how am I going to do this show once? Not even one time. Never.
It's just you do it because you want to do it, because you love to do it.
Love to do it. I'm having coffee anyway, and I do it with you guys. Or what is there? I never ever once said I'm tired. I'm not doing a show today. Never, not once.
Well, that makes sense because and that's the secret that a lot of people don't figure out. That's the fundamental to anything, any type of business too. Is you have to, if you don't love what you do, then it's going to be really hard for it to have shelf life. I mean, anybody can do something for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna bring you the best of this, and we're gonna talk about this, and it's gonna be, and you guys are gonna be so excited, and boom, boom, boom. But you know, does that really ever happen? You know what I mean? You really gotta love what you do. So
That's tough, man. Wow. Mine just fits into life. So it adds to life, fits into life. And like you said before, all those shorts, that's artificial intelligence. I don't do any of that. After the show, I'm done.
right.
I push the button and it makes the videos. That's it. It's very simple for me.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
don't know why that came. I don't know why that came through that came through like a feed or something yesterday for me. I don't know why. The burnout thing. I don't know why that came through. Must have maybe spoken about it on my show and algorithm kicked it.
Well, it's got a lot of, you know, and I was just busting your balls about it, you know, but it's got a lot of, it's true. I mean, there's a lot of conversation to be had with just that, you know, little video, because it's true, man. Especially for me, like I'm going through it. I went through it yesterday. You know, I went through it. These thoughts creep in my head about my business, and it's like it can be so crippling to your mind sometimes. It's weird, and you have to be able to push through it when you do this by yourself, because if you don't, I mean, the self-doubt, the burnout, it's all real. It's
all real, huh?
It is.
It is.
Wow.
Interesting.
So, but for me, my motivation is the fact, you know, I mean, of course, we all have our family, you know, that's a huge, but for me, it's just, I need to do this for myself, or just to prove, I'm on a mission to prove what how far I can go with it. Maybe not prove isn't the right word. I want to see how far I can take this. I found something that I have a little talent at this. Now, I wouldn't know if I would call it talent. It's just something that I love to do, that I'm practicing, passion. And so I want to see how far I can take it, you know, but it's not easy. You know, it has its ups and downs for sure, especially in these economies, you know. But
wow, crazy. Great
grinding away, you know.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, good thing. Are you going to stick around up here, or are you going to go back to
getting off now? I'm getting off now. Yeah, I love watching my videos. I don't watch my own stuff. When I hear my own shit play, I'm like, oh wow, I was there. It's me. I never watch anything I do.
Right? Yeah, you're always the one just talk. I know, that is kind of funny. So
I never even watch it. It's crazy. All right, go ahead. Enjoy the show. Very good.
All right.
Good conversation. Yeah, later.
All right, and there goes Tommy. Thank you for coming up. Let me go back to these again real quick. CG2 says, Tommy, you have 2 shows for 7 a.m. on 10/25/25, Versace and Pope Leo, both same time. Okay. ALV, you shouldn't miss the content. The algorithm catches you up quickly after you click through. Okay. So you don't miss anything? I didn't know that. Episode 298 and 299, same time and date. Okay, he acknowledges that. He will fix that. All right. Let's get over to ALV. I had a couple videos for him. Yeah, and so what I was saying before when Tommy came up is that they're a little bit different. ALV does videos, so if you want to see ALV, well, both his videos are his content, but he also does all his own shorts, which he does a lot of shorts. So ALV puts out a lot of. I think ALV is like underrated. Man, he's underrated with his content, because, you know, we have the, illusion that he's on once a week for the Ghost Show, which I'll say like 3 times a month on average. But he puts out a decent amount of content. He's got the Bible stories, and I like his Halloween decorations.
Peanuts Halloween tree. Happy Halloween. Peanuts Halloween tree.
Sorry, I was reading Tommy's comment He's not underrated. He's causing YouTube confusion by being in two genres at one time. That's fair. He is. I mean, how can you be reading Bible scriptures and doing ghost stories at the same time? You're reading Bible scriptures and you have a skeleton of a bird and a cat. Is that what he's got back there? He's got actually 3 different types of content. So he's not in a genre. Yeah, that's true. He does. He's got a lot of different genres. He's feeding deer, decorations, taking walks, Bible studies, ghost stories, wine tasting, Godfather reviews. Blah, blah, blah. If you don't like it, don't watch. Oh, no, we like it. We enjoy it. We enjoy it. We enjoy it. Okay, let's see what we got. Now, what year is this decoration? Because I have a storage unit filled with peanuts stuff from my mom I have like 80s and 90s. And I've got like multiple sets. I've got some cool shit when it comes to the peanuts, if you're into the peanuts. Not that I'm looking to sell any of it, but I've got all kinds of stuff. Right, Tommy? If you think about it, AOV is a little out there. He is a little wacko. We like it. It's just confusion, but we do like it. Yep. It's about 10. Okay, so it's not that old. And I did think it was kind of newer looking. So, but it is nevertheless very cool. One of my favorite cartoons of all time was the Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin, or whatever it was called. All right, let's go up.
3 reasons why you need to jump on.
I just seen a blurry window on that one. Okay, we've seen this one. Okay, hold on.
Halloween.
Let me go back here. Let's see what we got here.
We're going for a ride here.
There you go. All right, you good? Catch you later.
So we're doing some amphibious relocation, which is kind of nice. Let's see here. What else do we got? Says went for a walk today. And I heard AOV say on his walk the other day that most people from out of state don't know that New Jersey has a lot of woods. That most people are, well, globally, 95% of all people live on 5% of the land. So I think that kind of just plays out everywhere. Mustang Mike, good morning. Top of the morning to you as well. Good to see you. We just went through some Tommy Stiggs shorts and now we're videos and now we're going through ALVs. So let's get back to it. This thing is kind of cool.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Hold on, let me turn up the
Happy
video.
Halloween. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Happy Halloween.
I wonder where ALV draws the line because I know he's not. Bambi, good morning. Good to see you. He's obviously ALV's Catholic. He's very, he's very religious, very Christian, very kind, and definitely he's a good human being. We all know this, but he's got this dark side to him because he likes these fucking ghost stories and shit. So I just wonder where he draws the line. Like, does he have like Ouija board pajamas, or I have a Ouija board cutting board, like a cheese board. I just wonder, like, where does he draw the line between the supernatural and ALV? Did you have your show? So ALV did not have a show this last Friday. I was just saying that people think of cities and industrialization when they think of Jersey. Yes. Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, dude. People do think of New Jersey. Like, I remember the first time I ever like really thought or heard about New Jersey, I believe, was on The Facts of Life when Blair and Joe were talking about going somewhere, and it was either that, and then there was another sitcom they were saying there was like Jersey was so dirty or dangerous, or I can't remember which one it was. So you think ALV is secretly got a freaky dark side? I don't know, Bambi. He says no Ouija boards. I did a Ouija board one time, and I'll never do it. Yeah, a lot of people don't like Ouija boards. I don't play with mine. Like, I don't try to draw any spirits off of it. It's a cheese board. I just think it's a badass design. And I do have it in my bedroom. So I also have right now, what's his name? Hannibal Lecter, the animatronic, in my bedroom with his head cut off. The head is in the closet because I took it to an event and it fell over in the wind and the head came off. And I want to repair it, but I just haven't got around to it. I won't allow any of that stuff in my house. No secret side of me. I am what you see. Yeah, no, I believe that. Okay, let's see here. What else do we got? Do we got any more videos by ALV? We got to do at least one. Wait, what's this?
The Three Little Ghosts. Happy Halloween.
Those are way cool. They almost look ceramic, but I'm going to guess and say those are plastic with like little LED lights inside of them. I like that.
Headless Horseman Nutcracker. Happy Halloween.
That's way cool.
Headless Horseman found a 4-leaf clover today.
What?
Lucky me.
That's cool. All right. Let's see here. Let me catch up on the comments. I've seen and heard too many horror stories involving Ouija boards. Those ghosts are brand new. Okay, yeah. They look cool. I like them. My nephew watches ALV show. Sweet. So is the Nutcracker. My aunt got that for me. I like that too. I've always loved Nutcrackers. I've got some of the bigger ones, and I got a few different ones in my storage unit. Being a part of Iowa Paranormal in my early adulthood, I've seen and heard way too much, and I avoid poking Toon Dead and demons. Yeah, no, I get it. It's not wise because they are real, and they will come if you want them to bad enough, and then they may not leave. All right, let's see who else do we got here that we can look at. Let's check out Todd Father real quick. I know he went to a haunted restaurant recently.
After the heart stops beating, the brain keeps functioning for well over 7 minutes. We got 6 more minutes to play.
That sounds like that dude from Batman. He sounds like Batman, not Freddy Krueger.
After the heart stops beating, the brain keeps functioning for well over 7 minutes.
That's an animatronic, and I have also, that's what I'm talking about. My Hannibal Lecter back here is an animatronic. That one that is in that restaurant, that's a newer one, and I don't even know if that's Gemmy. There's a company, Gemmy, that makes the best ones. All mine are from like the late 90s and the early 2000s, like the really good ones, the original ones. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with that one. That doesn't look like Freddy Krueger to me, and it does not sound like Freddy Krueger. I don't know what you guys think. Did you see the light show tribute to Ozzy? I did not. I would love to see it though. I love watching paranormal videos. Yeah, I mean, I like how AOV does the let's try to debunk or find out if it's real or not videos. Those are like, I kind of feel like it's almost like a I Spy type of thing. It's pretty cool. Ghost stories and legends are part of our collective culture and history. That's why I find them. Yeah, no, they are 100%. I mean, there's so many people have lived and died before us. You know, they say there's been 120 billion people on the planet. There's 9 billion of us alive. And so that leaves 111 billion people that have lived and died before us throughout time, if you believe the numbers. And even if that's not true, if it's anything close to that, that's a lot of spirits. A lot. I mean, to think about, like, if there were 120 billion people on the planet, what would that look like? You know what I mean? Like every desert would probably have people in it. Yeah, we'll have to look for that. It did not sound like Freddy. It did not. There's the link for the Ozzy show. Thank you. I'm working on a Haunted America Part 3 video. Okay. I remember you showing us your stuff in storage. Very cool. Yeah, that's right. I did do a little thing of it, CG2. I need to go through there one of these days. I keep thinking about it. It's on my mind lately. My dad's has spooks. I have to house sit for a week alone. Ooh. Yeah, see, that's one thing I don't mind having roommates for. Is for just that reason. Hold on, guys. I need to go make a cup of coffee, but I'm gonna try to put this headset on. So we need to do an audio test here in a second. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Cheryl, that's creepy. Are they positive or negative? See, I don't see my. Let me type in here. Test 1, test 2. Okay, you guys can't hear me. Okay, sweet. Let's see, what else do we got by top?
I know, but she probably assumed it was yours because it's the alcohol one.
Now, I love that drink, and I had to do some research on that just because I'm such a nerd, because I had to figure out how they get that to work. And They do make like 2 compartment cups where there's a little hidden compartment that's sealed off that the liquid can go down into, and there's a piece of dry ice in there. And I think that's basically how that works. I don't know exactly, but it's super cool.
I know, but she probably assumed it was yours because it's the alcohol one.
Most Americans don't know their normal.
Bring back Harry Potter soap.
Todd Father always thinking he thinks every pizza he makes is like the best pizza ever. But you look at it, if you look at it up close, it looks like it's about 72% made good. I don't know about that. Whoever gets that other side over there, I've heard of half cheese, but I don't know. Maybe they add. Let me get 72% pepperoni and 28% light pepperoni. I don't know. I got to go to work, Osada. I love your show. I hate to miss it. Feels like we were just sitting around talking to each other. See you all around, I'm sure. Okay, Patty, have a great day at work. Yep, not going to be a show today. As far as the X-Files goes, there's nothing on there anyways. It's just a bunch of no king. Oh, Donald Trump. Oh, my God. We got Robert De Niro. Oh, we got, who else is it? Can you believe, what's his name? John Cusack. Oh, Trump's a dictator. Oh. Same bullshit. So, yeah, we don't need to. We're going to skip that. I'd rather just talk. So, yeah, have a good day, Patty. That looks like a frozen pizza, doesn't it? I mean, and I can't read the title. I seen it earlier when I bookmarked it because my screen's cut off. But it says like, oh, I did it again, or I killed it again, or something like that. It's like, oh yeah, you sure you did. My favorite pizza parlor is shutting down. Oh no, that sucks. So I'm giving a new pizza place a try today. I was going to go last night, but I just decided to stay home and clean. But I want to take my daughter and granddaughter today. It's called Chicago Pie or something like that. And they got these super thick deep dish pizzas. I don't think it's going to be for my granddaughter, but they do have like just like little cheese, regular like cheese kid pizza type of things. But I'm excited to try it. I haven't had the deep dish for a while, so. In fact, I don't know if I've ever had one that looks like this. I'll send a picture in the text. So, yeah, good old Todd Father. Oh, okay, well, we still got Theme Do. Let's do Theme Do real quick before we head out. We did not do Theme Do yet. Now, Theme Do doesn't do videos. His last video was like 2 years ago, but he does do shorts. Oh no, let's see. His last video was the last time he actually uploaded a video 9 months ago. But he does shorts all the time.
They fall faster than you could pick them up. Autumn in New York. Yep, there's the pile.
He gets a lot of engagement, 14 comments and 43 likes. Not bad.
Oh boy, there they are. Could they afford to give you some? The steak McNuggets, guys.
What?
All right, I'm gonna munch.
What the fongu is that? Are you fucking kidding me, Theme Dude? What?
Daddy, for $10, I'm gonna eat them warm.
For $10, send it back.
Oh boy, there they are.
You got to be
Could
kidding.
they afford
What
to give
the
you some?
fuck is that?
The steak McNuggets, guys. All right, I'm gonna mangiare.
I am gonna puke. I know, Tindu, I know you did not eat those. That is disgusting. Oh my god. Somebody text Tindu. We need to do a safety check on him. What do you call that? Like a welfare check. What the fuck was that? Oh my god. It looked like coffee. Come to Longview, try Bruno before end of month. Okay. I may do that, Cheryl. If you say it's that good, I probably will. Not a fan of deep dish myself. Yeah, I'm not either, ALV, but man, the picture looks so good, so I'm going to give him a try. Just because something's telling me to go support their little business. So I'm going to try it. We will see. Bruno's. I'm writing that down right now. It is a pretty tree. It does look like burnt embers. I mean, that you can't comment on a short co-train, right? Yeah, well, that thing is. Well, I'll bring it up if I have time. I can jump on a show today. We'll be bringing that up. I mean, that is. And what I don't get is who in their right mind would think that looked good? I could understand, like, you know, you're at Arby's or whatever. Oh, they got some steak bites. Yeah, let me get some of these. And then you open it up, you're like, damn, this don't look good. But it's $10 and I'm not going to waste it or whatever. I could understand that. Yeah, it does look like charcoal. You're going to break out your phone and be like, ooh, ah. You know, I worked 40 years in construction for this moment. This is why I use sawzalls and you know, bang a hammer all day so I can enjoy the finer things in life. Charcoal Arby briquettes. Get the and it looks slimy. What the?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
There they are. Could they afford to give you some?
Get the fuck out of here. Could they afford to give you some? You know what? You can take 3 of them back. I don't need that many. For $10, I just need one. Just give me one, please. I'll just take one. You guys can have the rest of them back.
Nuggets, guys. All right, I'm gonna mangiare for $10. I'm gonna eat them warm.
Good God.
So I've been looking in.
Okay, I'm done. I've had enough of Theme already. I don't know this. I need to talk to him. I think he made me managing mod just so I can't break his balls on his shorts. It's the best I've ever had, Osada. The pizza, okay. The Bruno's, yeah. Cheryl, dang it. Now I'm going to have to make time to go down to, where'd you say this was? Toledo? Hold on, let me go back up to the comment. I'm going to look it up. Longview. Hollywood, what's going down? How are you, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, no, it sucks when they shut down places like that, you know, and then what's going to go there? And it's not going to be another mom and pop pizza place. Probably be like a little miniature apartment complex for, don't get me started. Good to see you, Hollywood. I'm sad. I'm sad to see that. Here, let's look it up real quick. Bruno's. Here we go. Bruno's. Closing next month. Ruby from Bruno's has announced that Bruno's Pizza is closing next month. After many years. Dang it. Let's look at their website real quick. We got cheese, zesty pepperoni. That already sounds good. Sausage, shrimp, the diamond head, which is Canadian bacon pineapple, Canadian bacon and tomato, Canadian bacon beef and tomato, beef and onion, beef mushroom pepperoni. That one would be good. Canadian bacon and beef, pineapple on request. Beef, pepperoni, olive, and mushroom. That one sounds good. Bruno's Taco Pizza. Super Combo. Bruno's 4x4. 4 meats and 4 cheeses. No, that sounds really good. The Great White. Buffalo Chicken. Barbecue Chicken Pizza. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm down. Breadsticks. I think it might be worth the trip down there. Honestly, I thought that was a cup of coffee. I did too, Cheryl. I thought he was joking. I was hoping it was going to be a joke. The only thing is like if they were like super, I have this seasoning that I got at the meat market last week, and it's like a black pepper, like a black salt. I guess it is. It's not pepper. It's a black seasoning, but it's all black, and it fucking tastes amazing, but it doesn't necessarily it just makes your steak look burnt as hell. So I mean, if it had something like that on there, I could see, but I don't know. Longview, the father started it, kids took over for a long time. Pepperoni is bomb. I'm definitely gonna have to try it. Something else I've been wanting to try at home too, because I don't make my own pizza, but I want to make a what do you call it, a pepperoni grinder. There's a place in New Jersey called Tony Baloney's where they cook when they make the pepperoni, they take the grease from the pepperoni and they mix it in with ranch to make this orange greasy ranch, and then they squirt it all over their pepperoni grinders. And I'm like, oh my God, sign me up right now for that. Pepperoni is bomb. I'm going to get a few and freeze the pieces. Right. Yeah, that really sucks. Well, maybe they'll do like a food truck type of thing, or I don't know if they're completely going out of business. Or he talked about getting them. Sorry, guys, I forgot to have my headphones on. I'm probably screaming. I hate when I do that. Like I think I'm talking to my computer, and then I realize I have my headphones on. He talked about getting them his whole show on Friday. Co-train, what is wrong with him? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you rewind like 20 years ago, maybe there would be things that fast food places that I would talk about. Oh, did you get this? Did you try that? Shit used to be good. But ever since like McDonald's came out with the McRib, like I don't know how long ago that was like years ago. I was like, oh hell no, I'm done. So a lot of that stuff I wouldn't even consider. It definitely we definitely need to have a conversation about it with that guy. I don't get it. And were they good? I don't know. 4x4 pizza is bomb too, but I'm partial to. Well, if I go there, Cheryl, if I'm going that far, yeah, I'll have to get a couple. If I eat one there, I'm trying to eat healthy, so I only eat pizza once a week usually, and that's today. But I guess I would make an exception and get, buy a couple of them. That sucks to hear that. I hate hearing that, And there's not a lot of good pizza places. So that's really unfortunate. All right, guys. Well, Tommy's on, so I'm going to go. actually, I'm going to take a shower, and the store opens. It's only 4:00 right now, but the store opens up at 5. Going to get about 60 apples. I already got all the caramel. A little thing of cream, and get to work. I told this lady, since I didn't go to her event yesterday, that I would stock her shelves with caramel apples from now until Halloween's over. So, yep. Code Train, Cheryl, ALV, Tommy, Hollywood, good to see you. CG2, Sweet Tea, all you guys. Have a great day. Sorry we didn't get to the X-Files. Like I said, there's nothing. We had more fun doing this. All that drama will be here tomorrow. So talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.